Okay, so we just finished our college ID. We finished our ID camp in Savannah, Georgia. As you can probably tell, it's very hot, very sweaty, very humid. These are some things that I learnt from today. So the first one is that Savannah, Georgia, actually, there was a lot of interesting profiles. Now, I didn't really realise this, but in Savannah, Georgia, there is like no football clubs. You have Savannah United, there's Tormenta, but Tormenta, apparently a couple of the MLS Next teams have just folded. So there's not going to be any MLS Next. I don't think there's any ECNL. So the level of competition, all of the boys pretty much played high school. And after the event, when you know you run a good event, first off, big shout out to Zach and Nacho, because they made sure everything was smooth. They were on par with everything. That's the first time at the start of a ID event we did like testing. So there was Justin, I think his name was, he has Savannah strength and conditioning, and he brought like sprint machines, so there's gates that you can sprint through and they test your times. We've never done that before, but that was really interesting. Number one, because the college coaches are looking at that and they're asking for like how physical and athletic the players are. Number two, the players are like, okay, this is serious, this is legit, and they've never had access to that before. The strength and conditioning coach was saying that a lot of their technique is, to put it nicely, not very good running technique, which I mean makes sense for a footballer, right? Like, it's a different type of running to sprinting, but still, like, if you're trying to get up to top speed, something that I never really neglect. I've said this a lot of the time, like, I was never the most athletic player. I wish I spent more time on going to yoga, stretching, doing all of that stuff, and understanding now like the sprint technique of players. It makes so much sense. There was one player, today he actually plays, he's committed to Wingate to go and play American football. He played left wing today. He might have been one of my favourite players there. So fast, so direct. He would just kick it and run. End product wasn't the best, but he was very athletic, and at the college level, like we were talking there to the coaches today, like they want guys that can run, win second balls, knockdowns, transitions. Another thing that I learned was that building relationships with coaches is a lot easier when you're not asking for things. So when I started Select Generation and I was trying to send kids to college, I would just blast out emails and be like, hey, take this player, look at this highlight video, look at this. But that's not really how it works. They get so many emails from players, but also from agencies. So you really have to be different and just say what's up, introduce yourself, say hello, provide some value. Like, coaches want to go to showcases where there's a good level of player, but also where they can network and meet other coaches. Like, I think that's interesting, that coaches also want to network and meet people as well as the players want to, you know. In football, there's so much networking that goes on. What else did I learn today? I learned that a lot of players are very I mean, I knew that already, that a lot of the players are shy, you know. They want to wait to ask questions, and then once you start like kind of asking them questions back, what I do, like, a player will always say, hey Sam, if I want to go and play in England or Spain, how can I get ready, or how can I do that? And I always ask questions about, like, why are you asking me the question? What prompted you? What do you want to do? What are your goals? And once you start figuring out kind of their why, then they start opening up even more, and you can like answer the question more specifically, rather than just like, oh, you want to play in England, be physical. Oh, you want to play in Spain, watch video and watch tactics, you know? You really need to understand like why the player is asking you that question in the first place so you can properly answer. I think that a lot of, like, at the end of the event, a lot of the players were like, oh, like, where can I find more of these camps? So I think players don't really know how to find these, or I think that's what we do, Select Generation, a good job of obviously posting things and getting the word out, content like this. I think people are, I don't want to say they know about us. I feel like we have a good, the people that we want to know about Select Generation know about Select Generation, because we make a big effort to go to these places to find players, watch players live and evaluate guys and give real opportunities. But a lot of players still, they don't understand how it works, and I don't know what their clubs or coaches are telling them, because to me it's so easy. You just go on the website, find out what schools you want to go to, find out the website, make a video and send it out. But still players don't understand that, and I don't know what the misinformation gap is. But yeah, the college coaches today were top. I like them a lot, really good guys, very humble. And anyway, back to the hotel now. So I'm gonna fly back to Miami in a few hours. I'm excited to get back into a routine. That was a successful event. Savannah, Georgia. I'll definitely be coming back here again with Zach and Nacho to do another event. Really good place, really nice people, very welcoming, very southern. Those are some things that I learned from today's showcase. Over and out.